For the same DCT 2018, under the branch Computer Science and Engineering, the question paper code is A. Now this time I selected subject web programming. In DCT 2018, they asked 10 questions. Okay, in that the question number 171. A HTML is a subset of. We have 4 options: HGMT, HGML, HGMD and XML. For question number 171, the second option, that is HTML, is the right answer. Why? Because a HTML is the subset of HGML. HGML, where S represents the standard, G represents the generalized, M represents the markup, L represents the language. Okay, HGML means standard, generalized, markup, language. Similarly, a HTML, hypertext markup language. H represents hyper, T represents text, M represents markup, L represents language. A HTML is a subset of HGML. This HTML is used to create web pages and web applications, and it is static in nature. Okay, static. It is static in nature. Why? Because it is only used to display the data. Okay, the another one is XML. Okay, this is also a subset. This is also a subset of HGML. XML is also a subset of HGML. Okay, XML means extensible markup language. It is also used to create the web pages and web applications, but it is in dynamic in nature. Okay, why? Because it is mainly used to transport the data from one database to another database. This language is mainly used to data transport from one memory location to another memory location, or we can say one database to another database. So for question number 171, second one is the right option. Similarly, a XML. For question number 174, XML, we have 4 options. The first one is can be used as the database. The second one is cannot be used as database. The third one, XML is not a database and it is a language. And the fourth option is XML is used to construct the symbol table. As we know that XML is also a subset of HTML. It is also a one language that is also used to create the web pages and web applications. But only thing is that it transfers the data from one database to another database. So it is a language but not a database. So for question number 174, the third option is the right option. Question number 172. Which of the following tag is used to mark a beginning of a paragraph? We have 4 options: TD tag, BR tag, P tag, and the fourth one is TP. For question number 172, the third option, P tag, is the right answer. Why? Because a P tag is used to define a paragraph. Similarly, a BR tag defines the line break, and TD tag defines the column of a cell in a table. So for question number 172, the third option, that is P tag, is the right answer. Move on to question number 173. A DTD begins with the word. We have 4 options: hash, PC data, XML, doc type and HTTPS. For question number 173, the third one, that is doc type, is the right answer. DTD means document type definition. It is in the form of doc type HTML. Doc type HTML. This instruction tells to the web browser that which version of web pages is using in. Okay, this instruction tells to the web browser that what version of web page is using. Okay, what version of web page is using. So for question number 173, doc type is the right answer. Question number 175. How many root element can an XML document have? We have 4 options: 2, 1, 3 and 5. A XML document can have only one root element and it encloses all other elements. Consider, for example, a diploma. It is one tag, and we already know that whatever the tags we are used in the XML document are all of user defined only. Okay, but in HTML we use a predefined tags, but in XML document we are using a user defined tags. Okay, a diploma is one tag, a branch is also another tag. Okay, sem, 6sem. Sem is also one element or one tag. Okay, and we close the root tag or root element, that is diploma. Okay, this is the XML program. In this XML, a diploma is the root element. A diploma is the root element, and branch and sem are the just elements. Okay, a XML document can have only one root element, but in this example, diploma is the root element, branch and sem are the just elements. So for question number 175, the second option 1 is the right answer. Question number 176, what will be the output of the following PHP code? This is the PHP code. A PHP code starts with less than question mark PHP and it ends with question mark greater than symbol. Okay, and echo, ECHO and print, these are the two statements that are used to display the data, but in this code we are using print statement, so that whatever we written inside the double quotes, that will be displayed on the screen. So echo hello world is displayed on the screen. So for question number 176, the second option, that is echo hello world, is the right answer. Move on to question number 177. Who is the father of PHP? We have four options: Rasmus Lerdorf, the second one is Willem Makepeace, the third one is Drake Kolkevi, and the fourth one is List Berle. For question number 177, the first option, that is Rasmus Lerdorf, is the father of PHP. Okay, so for question number 177, the first option is the right option. Question number 178, a PHP numerically indexed array begin with dash position. We have four options: -1, 2, 0 and the 1. What is meant by indexed array? A indexed array is the type of array in which array elements are stored with respect to indexed position, and it always starts from 0th position only. Okay, this is the PHP code, and PHP code always starts from lesser than symbol, question mark, PHP, and it always ends with question mark greater than symbol. Here a student is the variable. In PHP code, a variable always starts from dollar symbol, so we are using dollar symbol. Okay, here array is the function. In array function, we are having elements, array elements like PHP, Java and Python. Okay, this is the first array element and its position is 0. This is the second array element and its position is 1, and this is the third array element and its position is 2. Okay, in order to display the first array element PHP, we are using the output statement echo. Okay, and a student is the array variable. In that we are using 0th position because we want to display the first array element. For first array element, its position is 0th position, so we are writing 0 here. So in output we get PHP. Okay, similarly, when you write 2 inside the square bracket, then you get Python at the output, because second is the position for third array element. So a PHP numerically indexed array begins with 0th position. It always begins with 0 position. Question number 178, the third option 0 is the right answer. For question number 179, which inbuilt function will add a value to the end of an array? We have 4 options: array and shift function, the second one is into array function, and the third one is in and array function, and the fourth one is array push function. For question number 179, the fourth option, that is array push function, is the right answer. Why? Because by using array push function we can insert one or more array elements to the end of an array. Okay, this is the general syntax for writing array push function. In this function we have array. Okay, for this array we are adding the elements like v1, v2, v3 up to vn, and this is the PHP code, and we already know that a PHP code always starts from lesser than symbol, question mark and PHP, and it ends with question mark and greater than symbol. Here a is the variable. In PHP a variable always starts from dollar symbol, and this is the array function. In this array function we have array elements like red and green. Okay, we have array elements like red and green. These are the two array elements. Okay, by using this is the array push function. Here we are adding blue and yellow elements to this a variable array. Okay, here we are adding blue and yellow elements, array elements to the a variable array. So at the end of a variable array we are getting red, green, then blue and yellow. Before we have only red and green are the array elements of A. After using array push function we have another two array elements to the